Do you want to know how to make a pina colada that's just as refreshing as the ones found at your favorite beach resort? One that is full of fresh pineapple, creamy coconut, and then blended to pina colada perfection. Hey there, my name is London Brazil from EvolvingTable.com, where you'll learn how to make nourishing meals and a few drinks for your loved ones. And that healthier recipe today are these pina coladas. My hubby and I just got back from celebrating our seventh wedding anniversary in Costa Rica. While we were there, we enjoyed tons of fresh pina coladas, so you better believe that as soon as I got back into this kitchen here, I was on my Vitamix trying to figure out how to recreate that pina colada magic. The recipe you'll see here today makes enough for 2 pretty decently sized pina coladas. However, if you're serving these up for a bunch of friends, then you can always either double or triple this recipe. So if you're ready to get to pina colada making, come on in and let's get started. We'll first start off by cutting up 1.5 cups of fresh pineapple into 1-inch chunks. If you have a difficult time cutting up an entire pineapple, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I have a pretty hard time with it. Then you can always just look for those containers of the large pineapple chunks located in the refrigerated area in your produce section. Place the pineapple chunks into a gallon-sized Ziploc bag and freeze in a single layer for 2 to 3 hours or until pineapple is frozen. If it doesn't happen to be pineapple season, or you just don't have 2 to 3 hours to spare, you can always use a bag of frozen pineapple chunks instead. The already frozen pineapple does not have quite as much flavor, but will still be a great substitute. Once your pineapple chunks have frozen, you'll want to add them to either a large high-speed blender or a food processor. My personal preference is a Vitamix. I mean, look at this thing. You can make a double or triple batch of these pina coladas, and it's so powerful that your pina colada will come out super creamy and super smooth every single time. However, if you only have a NutriBullet or food processor, you can always use those as well. Add 1.5 cups of those frozen pineapple chunks, making sure they're not all stuck together, but they're nice and separated. With 1/4 cup coconut cream and 1/2 cup of full-fat coconut milk. If you would like to save a little bit on fat and calories, you can always use a light coconut milk instead of full fat. But just know your pina colada may not turn out nearly as creamy or delicious. Next, we're gonna add 3 ounces of a white rum, sometimes referred to as light or silver rum, has been aged for about a year and is a lighter, blonder color. You can also use a darker rum if that happens to be what you find in your pantry. However, I find that this rum is a bit too bold and the flavor of your pina colada will be slightly affected. So let's just go ahead and stick to the white rum for today. And in case you're wondering, 1 ounce equals 2 tablespoons. So we will be adding 6 tablespoons of rum to the blender with 1 tablespoon of sugar. The sugar is optional and can be substituted with a non-nutritive sweetener such as stevia, honey, or left out completely. And then cover the blender with a lid. And if you have a Vitamix, just double check that this little piece is on there and it's nice and secure, because last time mine was not. And oh my goodness, y'all, I had like pineapple juice on the ceiling. It was a mess to have to clean up. So just make sure, get that little piece there. Blend the pina colada for 1 to 2 minutes or until it is completely smooth. Add 1/4 to 1/2 cup of ice and pulse until just combined. After adding your ice, just check your pina colada to see if it's nice and chilled. Perfect. If you want your pina coladas to be just a little bit colder, you can always pop it into the freezer for an hour or 2. Just before serving, return it to the blender and blend it for about 10 to 20 seconds or until it's a sippable consistency. When ready to serve, garnish it with a slice of pineapple, a sprinkle of shredded coconut, and a maraschino cherry. And no pina colada is complete without one of these cute little bamboo straws. Time for a little taste test here. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I feel like I'm back in Costa Rica. Now I know these look just a little bit fancy, so So if you're kicking it poolside, beachside, or riverside, you can always serve it up like this. And if you liked what you saw here today, make sure you check out these other healthy summer recipes. And if you're on YouTube, go ahead and give it a big old thumbs up below. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another nourishing meal or drink to serve to your loved ones. See you again soon.